What if this war did not begin with hatred, but with fear? 3 nations, all claiming defense, all saying they were reacting. And yet, missiles launched. This is not a story about who is right. It is a story about how rational decisions can create irrational outcomes, because sometimes war is not chosen. It emerges. For years, the region looked unstable but controlled. Iran expanded missile capabilities. It said it needed deterrence. Israel watched carefully. It said it could not risk delay. The United States promised support, but also restraint. Sanctions increased. Air defenses expanded. Proxy conflicts simmered. No full-scale war, just pressure. A system under stress. But stress can look like stability until the threshold is crossed. Fear changes strategy. From Israel's perspective, a nuclear-capable adversary reduces reaction time. Waiting becomes dangerous. Preemption begins to look defensive. From Iran's perspective, missiles are not aggression. They are insurance. Without deterrence, regime survival feels uncertain. From America's perspective, credibility is global. If deterrence fails here, what signal does that send elsewhere? Each side believes it is stabilizing the system. But fear is contagious, and when fear spreads, every move feels urgent. This is the core mechanism, the security dilemma. When one state increases security, others feel less secure. Iran strengthens deterrence. Israel sees threat. Israel strikes preemptively. Iran sees aggression. The United States deploys forces to prevent escalation. Iran sees encirclement. Every action is framed as defense, but defense from the outside can look like preparation for attack. No leader announces escalation. They announce protection. And that is how wars begin quietly, step by step. Modern war rarely starts at full scale. It climbs. Limited strike, targeted retaliation, expanded response, broader objectives. Each rung feels justified. Stopping can feel riskier than continuing, because backing down may signal weakness. And weakness can invite more pressure, so escalation becomes self-reinforcing. Not because leaders desire destruction, but because credibility becomes currency, and credibility must be defended. Every conflict has a narrowing window, a moment when restraint is still possible. After that, options shrink, airspace closes, missiles fly, communication hardens. Once casualties occur, domestic pressure increases. Compromise becomes politically expensive, and when domestic expectations rise, strategic flexibility falls. At that point, war becomes the path of least resistance, not because it is optimal, but because alternatives feel more dangerous. History always contains invisible branches. What if one strike was delayed? What if one message was interpreted differently? What if deterrence had been signaled more clearly? In another timeline, the pressure diffuses. In another, escalation spreads regionally. In the darkest version, external powers are drawn in. The difference between these timelines is often small. A delay, a signal, a miscalculation. This conflict is not only regional, it reveals something larger. Deterrence systems are fragile. When every actor believes it is defensive, offense becomes normalized. When credibility becomes central, de-escalation becomes costly. Modern wars do not always start with declarations. They start with overlapping fears. And fear, when embedded in strategy, is difficult to reverse. No side may have wanted a full war, but each side wanted security. And when security becomes zero-sum, stability erodes. The tragedy is not preparation. The tragedy is interaction, because systems can drift. And once drift becomes momentum, stopping requires courage. In the end, the most dangerous wars are not the ones planned in advance. They are the ones that emerge from fear. History has patterns, and we just decoded it. This was Historithm. See you in the next video.